Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the AirForce Falcons. Last season Air Force went 10-3, 6-2 in the Mountain West with a win in the First Responders Bowl to Louisville. Not bad, honestly. Their only losses came to Utah State by 3, San Diego State by 6, and Army by 7. So, they had a good chance of going undefeated. They're a very well-run team. Their coach, Troy Calhoun, has been there 16 seasons. In my opinion, right now they're the best service academy in football. And like the other service academies, they're a very disciplined team. Their offense, they have a lot of sophomores that were freshmen last year that are projected to start on the offensive line at receiver. At right guard, they have a senior, Isaac Cochran, who could be the captain of the offensive line. Tight end, you have Kyle Patterson. He could be a good blocker. Quarterback, you have Isaac Daniels, a junior, so that's good for you. DeAndre Hughes is a running back, a junior, and at fullback, you have Brad Roberts, a junior. Defensively, you have a lot of juniors and seniors. In the secondary, you have a couple of sophomores that are projected to start, and at inside linebacker and defensive tackle, you have sophomore. So you're bringing in new talent, but with how disciplined the team is, it should be fine for the most part, especially of how the team runs its things. So let's see what the schedule accounts for. Week 1, you play Northern Iowa at home, and you should win this game easily. Northern Iowa is nowhere near what you are, so you shouldn't have a problem. Week 2, you play against Colorado. Colorado, in my opinion, is one of the worst Power 5 teams in the country, and I think you should be able to beat them. So you start out 2-0 before going on the road to Wyoming in Laramie. I've already made a Wyoming version of this video, so if you've watched that, you already know what happens. I think you go to Laramie and get a big win against a physical Wyoming team. Week 4, you play Nevada. Nevada's roster has been stripped by the transfer portal. They're going to be disappointing this year, and in my opinion, you should run right through them. Then you have a part of, I forget what it's called. It's a trophy of the winner of the series between the service academies. I forget what it's called, but you play Navy. Navy is probably one of the lesser service academies in football, in my opinion. So I think you get a win. It's going to be a close game, but I do think you get a win there. A very hard-fought win at that. So you're 5-0 before going on the road to Utah State in Logan, Utah. This is going to be an interesting game. Utah State coming off a Mountain West championship last year, and Air Force not far behind them. Last year, they lost the game to Utah State by 3. It could be something like that this year, honestly. Utah State still has talent on the roster, and I picked Air Force to lose this game. Their first loss in the year coming at Utah State in Logan against a very good Mountain West team. So you're 5-1 before going on the road again the next week to UNLV. You should win this game pretty easily. UNLV, one of the worst Mountain West teams. Then you have another big game against Boise State. You get them at home, so that's a good thing. It's before your bye week. Hank Bachmeier, great quarterback for Boise State. Can the coaching staff beat Air Force? That's the real reason. They have talent. Can the coaching staff beat Air Force? They beat you last year. Can they do it again? I think Air Force gets revenge from last year and goes into their bye week on a 2-game winning streak. So they are 7-1 going into their bye week with 4 games left on the schedule. The first one out is the continuation of the, I'm just going to call it the Service Academy Trophy. The Armed Forces Trophy, I think, is what it's called, the Armed Forces Series. The second half of the Armed Forces Series in Arlington, Texas, neutral site game. This is going to be a very good game, very close game. Army is a respectable team as well. I do think you come out with a win, though. Last season against Army, you lost in overtime. I think it's going to be a similar situation, similar game, and I believe Air Force wins it in Arlington to go to 8-1. Then you finish off your schedule with New Mexico, Colorado State, and at San Diego State. 2 games that should be you should be favored in, and then 1 game that's could decide a Mountain West championship appearance. I think you beat New Mexico and Colorado State. They shouldn't be no problem. Then you go to Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego to take on the Aztecs. I just think your style of play, your style of offense, is just going to be too much for San Diego State. Last season against the Aztecs, you lost by 6. That's going to be a driving factor of this game. And I think Air Force gets it done to finish the season at 11-1, most likely having a bid to the Mountain West Championship. At this point, I would not be surprised if they're ranked in the top 25. That's how high I am on Air Force this year. So, there you have it. 11-1 for the Air Force Falcons. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. There's going to be a lot more coming. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed, and Go Dogs.